you ever wondered what it was like to go to school or be a teacher in the late 19th century? Well, that's a thought I often ponder myself. So let's go ahead and hit the rewind button and take ourselves back in time to 1865. Yeehaw! Giddy up, everybody. We are here in 1865, and look at that sun is shining. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? I could just stay here forever. Oh. But now that we have arrived, let's begin our journey and our walk to school. In the late 1800s, American schools were almost always one-room schools known as schoolhouses. Some schools had a bell tower where a bell was installed above the school. In the mornings, the teacher would pull on a rope attached to the bell so that it would ring and call the children to school. Most schools only had a handheld bell. School days mainly began at 9 a.m. and ended at 4 p.m. with an hour for lunch and playtime. This time was known as nooning. Students weren't actually called students back in those days. They were known as scholars. Scholars sometimes had to walk up to 2 miles just to get to school every single day. Welcome to class. Teachers taught scholars of all ages and grade levels all at the same time. Because of low wages, teachers would usually live with local families or in a room attached to the school, but rarely did they live in a home of their own. If a female school teacher was to be married, she was required to quit teaching. I have heard of rare instances where women hid their marriages so that they could continue living out their lifelong passion as a teacher. In winter, teachers kept the schoolhouse warm by igniting a fire in a potbelly stove. They would do this well before the start of the school day, so that the children would be welcomed to a warm and cozy classroom. In the late 1800s, paper was far too expensive for everyday lesson use, so the class had reusable slate boards or mini chalkboards to do lessons on. Paper was used on occasion, but only for practicing penmanship, otherwise known as cursive writing. And finally, we find that most schools in the late 1800s did not have electricity. Therefore, most of them had plenty of large windows to let in the sunlight. Now it's time to go back to 2018. That was so much fun going to 1865, but I'm so happy to be back here in 2018 where women have more rights and school is a lot more fun. Until next time, mwah. It's going? What the hell is
Yes!
Didn't you say yes? We're gonna wait till the wind dies. Everybody likes to follow you when you're on camera.
No, I think she does.
It makes me really angry. Okay, cut.